everybody?
Yo, welcome in.
It's the build stream with Kelsey
That's
and
right.
Juan. What's up, Hayden? How you doing?
What up? Kelsey the first.
Kelsey the
And Juan.
first, Juan the second. Yeah.
Well, it's because there's a Kelsey 2 now.
What?
You weren't here on Friday.
Oh, it was handy Kelsey too.
Yeah.
Do you ever want to introduce yourself though, full name with the first, just for emphasis?
The first.
What's up? 21
Yo.
How you doing? How many builds? Only one build today. It's gonna be a
very short stream.
pretty easy little Wednesday. It's probably for the best.
Short of the stream.
I'm still recovering. So. If the stream goes on too long, you're gonna see me exhaust many a tissue.
Oh, is the AC no good?
What?
The AC no good?
No, this is fine.
Okay. So, is it?
What?
You said it like the dog on fire. This is fine.
Yeah, it's fine. What's up, SB1700 Gaming? How you doing?
Yo.
And GrimmRouge, how you doing? I was wondering if it was spelled wrong, or if I was clear. I didn't think it was likely that that you would go by GrimmRouge, but somebody else typed this up.
Hey, welcome in.
Got you. I want to thank y'all for help, especially Kanoa for my RAM issue. Oh yeah, you were very welcome. Kanoa's the best, genuinely. So I'll pass that along. Thank you.
Are you?
Huh?
Are you?
Alright, what?
Are you gonna pass it on?
Yeah.
I'm asking.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Kanoa and I are in a chat together. We're buds. You don't know.
Oh, okay. All right, down.
That's all good. I appreciate the build anyway. Yeah, no worries. Well, welcome in. This is your PC.
Welcome.
Watching this on a Skytech PC is a great feeling. I bet. How are you doing? What's up, Brewer 2?
Yo, what's up, man?
I had 8 Chrome windows. Took a bit to find the stream that was making sound. The worst is when you have a bunch of tabs open and then an ad starts playing on a website and you gotta find the ad. Oof. That should be a Mario Party mini game by now. How is everybody's week going? It's been rainy over here, and then it's about to be a heat wave.
Amazing.
Which is really upsetting to be 3 days of nothing but misty mountains. I can't see anything because the fog is so dense. Everything is just, absolutely wet, and then oh, what? It's gonna be 94 on Saturday? What?
Lovely.
Switch doesn't have enough RAM to open more than 2 Chrome tabs. Oof. Those Chrome tabs do be quite demanding. We had 2 days of rain and fog. Nice. What's happening? Just another build stream.
What up?
Just one build today though, so pretty quick and easy. Do y'all offer any 4090s? Ooh, that's a good
From time
question.
to time. Oh, 4090s?
Yeah,
Ooh,
4090s.
That's yeah, from time to time.
Yeah, I would check on our custom builder or just see if we have any pre-builds that have them. If we don't, that likely means we don't have anything.
At the moment.
But we might get them in. Chill day indeed.
Yeah, dude, I'm a little tired today.
I'm very tired.
I mean, yours is valid.
Yeah. Well, and I went to bed a little late last night.
Oh yeah, 9:15 or?
Yeah, literally.
Crazy.
Well, okay, it was because I told you this weekend I was sick.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really know what to do with myself. I was just at home feeling like crap. So I had to go out and get some food because there was nothing at home. So I drove out to get some birria ramen so I could burn my throat into, numbness. And it worked, and it was lovely. But I also went to GameStop, and I picked up The Last of Us on PS4, because I've actually never played that one. I've watched a couple playthroughs of certain parts of it, but never actually the full game. And since I was excited for the show, I was like, okay, time for me to go back and play this. So I sat on the couch with my PS4 playing The Last of Us all weekend, and I had a great time. It's been a while since I've gotten to just do that. Where, you don't have to do anything else. You can literally just play a video game all day, because it was raining and I was sick. But last night I went and picked up The Last of Us 2, and also some wings. But I had to finish the Left Behind DLC, and I was like, okay, this is good. We're almost through it. And then, the last fight in that, I got so wrecked, and I was like, I need to go to bed, but, we're literally right at the end there.
You can't
And
put on the love.
what's so stupid? I looked it up afterwards, and, it was one of those things where you're at, the end of, the map, right? So,
Yeah.
there's nothing behind you, but you can go to the right or you can go to the left. Or forward, but that's where everyone's shooting at you. So I was going to the right. Apparently, if I'd gone to the left, they would have come one by one. But the place I went, they all just started, kind of coming at me at once. So every time I'd, up to shoot someone else is shooting at me. Oh my gosh, it was so dumb just to be like, what? What's up, Soul Sniper?
Yeah.
Clocked my 2066 megahertz DDR4 RAM to 3766. It was stable. It was insanely fast. Nice. Yeah, as long as it's stable, I'd count that as a win. If you start seeing any blue screens in the future, you might have to dial it back, but until then, go for it. But yeah, so that's what kept me up later than usual. Because I was like, I just have to finish this DLC so that today I'll be able to start the next game. I don't know, it got me kind of being like, this is probably why I don't play as many video games during the week, is because I gotta go up to the office to do that, and I can't do it while I'm cooking. It's it's a distance. So now I'm probably gonna actually set up some good remote play.
Ooh.
So I can just basically just run the PC downstairs.
You need a Steam Deck.
Yeah, but it was the communal aspect of it too, because Em was there, so it was I was playing, but I had live commentary.
Wow, okay.
Which is fun. It reminds me of growing up. I don't know. I had siblings, and you did too. Wow.
Yeah.
But because I had siblings, we'd have one console, and you had one game,
Yeah.
So one of you would be playing, and the other two were watching.
Yep.
And then if you died too many times, you had to pass the controller. That was the rule. And then they play until they die too many times.
I was the younger one.
Oh.
I just watched.
I mean, I was the youngest too, but I maintain to this day that I'm better at video games than my sister. So she would get stuck on something and eventually just okay, and give me the controller, and then I would usually beat it, and then she'd go back to playing. But it kind of reminded me of that again, that just sitting on the couch playing a video game and everyone's part of the story. It's nice.
I don't know why when you said sitting on the couch, it reminded me of that one commercial that would air during Maury and shit. That one dude trying to get you to go to community college.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know? It's sitting on the couch watching life go by. It's easy. What haven't you? No, you don't know? Bro, I swear I'd watch it in I don't know, early high school, middle school, and he still make me feel like a bum. Damn, yeah, why am I registering for school?
Well, you're in middle school.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It was for ICC or something. I forgot what college.
Yeah.
One of those junior colleges.
Off all week this week, but I work mornings this weekend. Oh, nice. Honestly, working mornings ain't bad. It's nice to get off early and be like, wow, I still have time to do things.
I know, right?
But yeah.
There were so many hours in the day.
Wild. My little brother is still gaming on hard drives, but his primary boot device for Windows is an SSD. I mean, Depends on the game you're running off of a hard drive, but yeah, it can work. Any of the online games though, the multiplayer ones, oof. Get that on the SSD. Whew. Cyberpunk off of WD Blue. Ah!
Murphy Corinthian College?
Sitting on the couch, you're watching TV, and your life's passing you by. You procrastinate over and over. Well, maybe I'll go to school next year, maybe next semester. No, do it right now. They'll work with you after.
You've never seen it?
Oh my god, no, this actually does seem familiar.
Right?
Graduate, go talk to somebody right now. They have to help you. You spend all day on the phone, they can help you in your future.
Bro, just talk mad shit.
Why are you making it complicated?
It's easy.
Why is he doing this like in a just in the street at night?
And then like the look he gives you as he walks away, like the sheer disgust of like.
Hold on, this comment. The first comment is just, this dude had me feeling like a bum. Like, and yeah, other people saying watch him work at 11 a.m. with this.
Like.
Oh man.
The sheer disgust in his voice. Like,
Yeah, he's so disappointed in you.
I'm in middle school, bro.
Plus I got seed starting stuff. Ooh, nice. Yeah, you guys still getting frosts out that way? I'm like about to enter summer, which is wild. Did you guys see the new GTA 6 trailer? 2 came out yesterday. Yes, I saw the new one. I'm really hyped for it. Okay, one, because I actually think it's a pretty cool dynamic to have, like, a couple as, like, the main characters. Because, like, I can only really think of one other game that did that, and it was, Assassin's Creed Origins. And I was here for it. Like, Bayek and Aya, I think that was her name. So, I'm kind of stoked to see that, because, like, that could get complicated, that could get messy. But it also gives that intrinsic, like, oh shoot, one's in trouble, I gotta protect you. Or, it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to go back to Vice City. Especially because, like, some of the breakdown stuff I was seeing, there's gonna be, like, a lot of really interesting areas. Including, like, some swampland. Which I'm wondering how different it'll look and feel from, like, Lemoyne in Red Dead 2. Yeah, we'll have to see. I know they're not gonna have it because it's GTA, but like, I loved hunting in Red Dead, and now I'm like, can I go hunt in the Everglades? And I'm like, wait, that makes no sense.
Maybe some gators.
Yeah. But no, I'm stoked.
Yeah, there was a gator in the trailer in the first one.
If it has Lemoyne vibes, it would be electric, for real. Oh man, as much as I hated like riding anywhere around Saint Denis in that area where the gators are because my horse would freak out, buck, and then leave me to get eaten, it was cool. I also remember spending way too much time and dying so much trying to get the leopards that spawned somewhere in Lemoyne. Because you had to get the leopard pelt for that like one saddle that was incredibly eccentric and I wanted it. Favorite game of the last year? Ooh, good question.
Repo's been pretty fun for me.
Okay, last year as in like May 7th, 2025 to May 7th, 2024.
Real
That's tough. Yeah, hold on, let me think. Why am I like forgetting what's come out? Hold on. Because like I keep just thinking Helldivers, but I feel like that was 2023, and I'm just like absolutely.
Damn, if that shit was already 2023, the time just. Oh man.
Yeah, I was like, what came out last year? Oh, I was like probably Monster Hunter. Honestly, the new Monster Hunter was the one I was like the most hyped for. But yeah, what else came out last year? Am I insane? Last 365 days, yeah. Yeah, I probably still would say Monster Hunter. That was the one I was probably most stoked for. My brother's still on AM4. Is 5000 series Ryzen processor still good? Yeah, no, they're still pretty good. Especially like, I mean, 5600X is still a staple. But if you wanted to go like higher than that, 5800X, 5950X, like, yeah, still a ton to play. I'm playing Expedition 33 the last few days on PS5. Got some strong Final Fantasy meets Persona vibes. I've been hearing really good stuff about that game. Like, Handy mentioned it like 2 streams ago or something, and I was like, huh, hadn't heard of that. And then since then, other people have been like, oh man, you need to play Expedition 33, so I probably will pick it up. But yeah, no, I've heard some really good stuff about that game. Definitely worth checking out. Sleeper Hit, yeah. Also, somebody told me that it was relatively short, like less than 30 hours.
Wow.
And like, was there something I realized when I was playing The Last of Us this weekend was that I got through it in a weekend of doing nothing, mind you. And honestly, I thought about it. I was like, if this game was double as long, I don't know if I would have stuck with it. Like, because it's kind of tedious, you know?
Oh.
I'm realizing now that, like, I kind of want games to be shorter. Games are getting, like, really, really long, and that's cool. Like, I love content, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, in, like, especially in, like, a story-driven game, I'm like, let's wrap this up, you know, like, let's not draw it out too much. Or, like, games that have, like, insane replayability,
Yeah.
but are super long. It's just like, why did you do that to me? Like Baldur's Gate. Love Baldur's Gate. So many different ways I could play that game. 80 hours? Like, I'm not gonna do 5 playthroughs of that. There's a reason Dragon Age 2 is my most played Dragon Age, and it's because that game is done in 25 hours. Easy.
Dang.
Yeah, if you rush it 30 plus hours, level design is linear with straightforward overworld, but tons of side quests to pad it out if you're a completionist. But the story punches you in the gut. Really nice. I love a good story.
I think I think it's something that comes with growing up or like getting older.
Mm-hmm.
Like your patience for certain things. Just,
Yeah. Well, I think also just a free time. Like,
free time.
Like, dang, I gotta find 80 hours to play a video game, like, when I'm also, like, 40 hours of work, probably a good 25 hours of driving to work. And then, like, cooking, eating, cleaning things, chores, like, social obligations. It's like, oh. But I can find 25 hours for a video game. Ooh, I have no idea what that means or says, but sup. So remember how I told you that, like, was it last week or the week? Well, it wasn't last week. Previous weekend, I dug a hole and I planted a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta dig that tree up. I gotta go get another tree.
Oh.
Yeah.
The aesthetic doesn't go.
Well, I also found out what tree I was basically supposed to have, so I was like, okay, I gotta go find that tree. It's fine, but I feel bad because that tree's been in the ground for this like 3 days of rain, and I'm sure it was just like, oh yeah, putting down roots, getting cozy, and I gotta be like, sorry, bud.
Don't get comfortable.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with that one?
I don't know. I gotta figure out if anybody wants a tree. It's a nice tree.
Put it up for adoption.
Do you want a tree?
No.
Why not?
I don't want it. No.
Just put it in the ground. It's a native. It'll just be like, okay, cool.
No. My dad was trying to plant a bunch of trees in the backyard, and my brother had to stop him.
Why?
Because they were like, he was gonna try to turn the backyard into like a fucking damn near like ranch plot of land.
Beautiful, yeah.
Grade of trees. We're like, nah, bro. Do the perimeter of the wall. But like, we still want to have a yard, you know?
Yeah.
Not a grade of trees.
An orchard.
No. grass.
If my yard had been bigger, I would have done like, I was gonna do at least 4 trees,
Wow.
and then that way I could put a little blanket under it, like in between them all, and just be like, I'm in my little forest.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
Right? Yeah, just for the vibes. And they'd be like, fruit trees.
Yeah.
Oh, if they were like citrus, then you could just sit there and get all the lemon blossoms and the orange blossoms. Oh, it's such a good smell. Anyways, I'm boring.
What?
I love plants. Dude, my cherry tree
Hell yeah.
coming out of dormancy. Well, one little bud of it did, and it has 3 flowers out of that. And I'm like,
Dang.
oh, whoa.
When do the cherries start coming in?
Apparently June.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just in time. Just
I was
in
worried they
time.
didn't get enough frost hours, but they clearly did, because I'm seeing flowers.
Did I show you the duck I bought last night?
I saw a duck, yeah.
You saw a duck? I don't know if you got a close look at him. He's worth observing. Where is he? Bro, it's literally I mean, I guess he holds keys, but
Why is he strong?
because he's a strong duck. Holds keys.
Okay.
Yeah, bro, I was on one last night. I don't know it.
Hey guys, just finished watching a video on RetroArch. Now I can chill here. Well, welcome in, Steven. How you
Hey,
doing?
welcome. This is you were just educating yourself. Now it's time to dumb yourself down.
Yeah.
Smooth that brain out a little bit.
Smooth that brain. We're gonna build PCs and ramble.
Yeah. I mean, we can be educational for sure when people ask questions. but
Yeah. I'll always
If you leave us to our own dialogue, it's gonna devolve into random things.
That round wooden plate looks super handy. Oh, it totally is.
Yeah,
It's the biggest lazy Susan we've ever found.
Yeah.
And it like, especially if you've got like a little test bench set up or something, it's so nice to just be able to like spin it around, mess with it, spin it back. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, it's useful if you do this a lot.
I have reset switch and LED 2 wires from the case, not connected to the motherboard. Doesn't matter, everything works perfectly.
Yeah, it would depend what the wires are.
Well, if it's reset switch and LED 2.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. The case might not have a reset switch, in which case you wouldn't plug into that header. But if you're saying that the case has a reset switch that isn't plugged in, nothing detrimental is going to happen to the system. If you were to plug it into those header cables and you had a reset switch, then it would work as a reset. But totally not required. And as far as LED 2 switch, that's usually some kind of case LED. So if the case has any kind of like chassis-based RGB, that might be necessary. But if you do motherboard controlled, it's not. Ask the stash master, please.
The stash master? I mean, she got it down, yeah.
He builds them, I fix them. I have a small cactus collection, and some of them are flowering now. Ooh! Okay, actually though, like cactuses and succulents, when they flower, magical. Genuinely. I have one succulent because I was stupid and decided I wanted to make a succulent fairy circle in the backyard. So I put like a bunch of things down, and one of them bloomed, and it was like a really grayish green kind of succulent, and the bloom was like bubblegum pink, and I was just like, whoa, you're way too pretty to be in the ground. Like, but
Well,
yeah, I love when cactuses bloom especially, because you don't really expect it, and then suddenly it's just like, oh, is that a flower? Oh.
Succulent is a freaky name for a plant.
What?
Or,
Oh,
Are they
okay.
edible?
I don't think so.
Then why? What's the etymology
I mean, some of them
this?
maybe. You kind of got to check with every plant. You know what's crazy though? There's so many plants that are edible that you just don't think about. Do you know what magnolias are? Like the
Really?
blooms? Yeah. If you see a beautiful magnolia tree with blooms, you can just be like, "Ow!" And I encourage you to, like, out of nowhere. It'd be so funny.
I suppose.
Just like, especially like, imagine you're like walking with a girl and you're having this like really deep conversation, and you pause under the magnolia tree, and then they're just like, like Littlefoot, straight up, like getting a tree star. Yeah.
What if you were to give it? What if you were to give her the flower and then she's like, my favorite?
I think it'd be the funniest thing ever. Like, it'd work on me. I'd be like, okay, when are we getting married? Yeah. Now, there's a tree that they planted next to my house that I also found out the blooms are edible, but I'm like, man, I don't want to risk my neighbors seeing me just be like...
Yeah, let's not.
But I'm gonna. The Easter lily cactus is really cool. The flowers grow super fast and bloom at night, then die the next day. Oh, that is
What
cool.
the?
No, there's some really cool flowers that do that sort of
Crazy.
stuff. There's also like, what is it, like the night lily or something, where like it blooms once a year at night and then it's done.
Damn.
Yeah. Isn't that what dragon fruit is? The fruit of a cactus or prickly pear? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there's a lot of edible cactuses, so I imagine there's gotta be some edible succulents. And obviously aloe. Which isn't a succulent, I guess it's an aloe, but... I don't know, I gotta learn my plant families. Between an i5-13400F and an RTX 4060, which one would you upgrade first? Ooh. I would upgrade the 4060 probably.
Yeah.
The 13400F is still a solid 6-core, and assuming you're not going, too high of a jump off that 4060, that's where you're gonna see the most, like, tangible improvement. Especially if you're going to, like, a higher resolution. So you could even go up to, like, a 4080 with that if you wanted to, but you'd want to be paying, like, 1440p or 4K to actually get the use out of that card without bottlenecking it. But you could go from, like, a 4060 to, like, a 5070 Ti, and I wouldn't really worry about it. As long as you're paying in 1440p. Totally work with
9070?
that. Yeah, would still work with that
If you
CPU.
can find it.
My raspberries getting flower buds. Ooh, nice. All of my blueberries are berrying right now. They're all babies though, so not too many on them. Except for the ones I planted last year. They're not like a heavy producer because they're small, but they're all showing up. They got quite a few berries on them. We got baby peaches, cute. We all need smooth brain content for relaxing, don't we all?
Nice.
I mean, if people didn't like that, why would podcasts be,
You're so right.
so popular?
You're so right.
Some of them are just like people just chatting, having like a convo about nothing.
About absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Really odd and specific question. I have the Archangel 4 from 2 years ago. The CPU cooler RGB light doesn't like to turn off when I shut the system down. Good, bad, or do I just leave it alone? Okay, I've seen that with a couple CPU coolers. It's usually not anything bad. It can just be kind of annoying. I wouldn't worry about it too much unless it's like in your room and the light's keeping you up. In which case, there's certain settings. There might be an RGB setting in the BIOS that you can set. Or you can also turn the power off to the back of the PC when you're done with it as well. Stop that. But some of them, it's just a weird quirk with it.
Oh, you know what I've been not dealing with, that's kind of annoying, is I have a keyboard that will only light up the first time you plug it in. And then once you turn the system off, it doesn't light up.
That is so annoying.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, P-Animations? How you doing? I'm playing Samsung Odyssey G4 gaming monitor, 25-inch 1080p, okay, 240 hertz. I asked because I play Black Ops 6 and sometimes it stutters when there is too much action. DLS off.
That's called for you.
Yeah. But stuttering, I don't know. Stuttering, I would say that's usually a bandwidth issue, if anything. Am I wrong?
What type of stuttering?
Yeah, it was like depending.
Like rubber banding? For sure that's not working. Dude, the
Because, yeah, I would actually think that maybe CPU.
I love when the hole is like a mile away from the...
Well, they were expecting a much longer GPU.
Sometimes it's some unfortunate pairing. Dude, the fucking... the new 5060s that are like over here. I don't even... I just bring the cable out from damn near next to the power supply.
Yeah.
Because there's no point in having like that like super stretched power cable.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion.
Also, just swapped cases, and the case it came with had 6 daisy-chained 120mm fans with only one 4-pin and ARGB wire.
Okay.
Connected that to one fan hub, and in the BIOS, the chassis fan appears and disappears.
Ooh, is it getting enough power? Does that fan
it's a
hub
hub
also have SATA secondary power?
Yeah, fan hub might need more power. That's interesting though. Yeah.
You said 6 fans?
6 fans that were daisy chained.
That might be reaching the limit.
Yeah. I don't know though. A SATA powered hub should be able to handle 6 fans.
Oh yeah. If you have it plugged in properly,
Yeah.
but if it's just trying to draw off that one PWM header,
Yeah.
you might see some issues.
Okay, hub with SATA. Yeah. That is very weird. The hub could be failing, but yeah. Otherwise, I would just maybe try plugging that SATA into a different rail.
Or the actual signal cable, the PWM, into a different header.
Yeah. I was like, sometimes it won't do anything, but it never kind of hurts to try that.
Yeah.
Is that the death spike? I have a giant queen of the night. Ooh, 7 feet tall. Wow.
Wow.
I think it blooms for 4 hours a year. Awesome. I think those are so cool.
Dang, that's crazy. I guess it's not a one-on-one comparison, but you know, like that feeling after you pass by a big event that you've been like planning for so long. You know, like a vacation or something. That feeling afterwards. Imagine if that like event was 4 hours long, and now it's another year.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty crazy.
Do plants have feelings?
Yeah. Actually, I think science has said that they even scream. We just can't hear it.
What? Wait, is that why?
I don't know. I gotta check that again. Like, somebody told me that, and I was like someone I trust. Someone who wouldn't bullshit me, and I was just like, wait, what?
Isn't that why grass like smells the way it does after it got cut?
It's like, ah.
Yeah, it's.
It got me like really freaked out because now anytime a plant dies on me, instead of just being like, oh, well, that sucked, I'm like, dude, I killed that thing. Like, it trusted me and I failed it. I brought it from the Home Depot into this little plot of land and it died.
That reminds me of a tweet I saw over the weekend that was like, my sister-in-law is not only vegan, but she doesn't eat things that she considers have a soul. So certain plants she won't eat.
I love that. Plant discrimination, like the roses clearly have a soul. Celery,
Yeah,
though,
She yells at her kid when it steps on ants or bugs. So, yeah, very mindful, very thoughtful. She works at Northrop Grumman, or however the fuck you say that. I was like, holy crap, what a punchline.
Yeah, screaming plants. The article was wild. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, there was like a whole article about it. Yeah, wild, and now I'm guilty. Which is also why I'm like, dang, I gotta dig up that tree. I'm gonna feel so bad for it. And like, I want to just like kind of put it up as like, hey, you know, like free tree to good home. But like, I want to know that they're actually gonna like use it, you know. So like, I don't know how to go about being like, hey, I was probably just gonna put it on Craigslist and be like, free to good home. Send me a picture of the spot you're gonna plant it, and like, yeah, like we're good. I just gotta know that like you're not gonna go and try and like hawk this at the swap meet too. Like, I want it to like
how
show
much
me a
was
picture.
This tree?
$40.
Okay, I guess.
But it's a good tree. It's really nice. And it's actually, like, it's really beautiful. I kind of want to, like, keep it, but I feel like there's no point in me, like, potting it. Yeah. When it's, like, and there's also others around the neighborhood. Like, it's not unique. It's lovely, though. So yeah, I want to be like, yeah. Or like, send me a picture of where you're gonna plant it. Or a picture of the child who will eventually swing from the branches of it. And like, yeah, like convince me.
Okay.
I know, it's a $40 tree. But you know, there's gotta be someone out there who's like, yeah, you know, I gotta redo this yard, but money's kind of tight, and it's not like just browsing Craigslist is gonna be hey.
Or, you know that empty lot by your house?
Yeah. Do you think I should plant it there and see if anybody like?
Fuck it.
Okay, but what if they eventually build something there and then they gotta tear out that tree?
Plant it out of the way. I don't know of what, but.
What would she do if a spider was in her room? That's a good question. I mean, I would hope you do the thing where, like, you know, you get a piece of paper and then you, like, you know, magic carpet write it to outside.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Dude, I love it. Like, my power move is, whenever there's a spider, I'll just, like, palm it and, like, take it outside and people, like, lose their mind.
Wow.
Because I'm not afraid of spiders, so, like,
you're special.
I really am. I truly.
Yo, thanks for the drugs the other day.
Okay, you can just say that.
Thanks for the...
I gave him Tylenol.
Yeah, no, it was good as hell, dude. It had me going for a minute. No, I had a headache the other day because I think my hat was on too tight. So I was like, oh, I know who has drugs.
Dude, always ask a woman. We've got some kind of painkiller on us, always. What do you guys think about going to AMD since the price of Nvidia is so over MSRP?
Do it.
I love what AMD's been doing recently. I think it's a totally valid like option. And honestly, I'm actually still rocking my AMD card from last generation, and I never felt like I was missing anything.
Dude, as a 30 series stan, I have a 3070 and a 3080. My next GPU will be AMD for sure.
It's a good tree in the same breath as it's not unique at all. Yeah. It's a good tree, but like there's several of them in the neighborhood and like around, you know, California. But it's a good tree. It's a good tree. It's incredibly drought tolerant. It's a native. It's also sterile because we bred it to be, and like so you don't have to worry about seeds or fruit. It's a good tree.
Hey, what's up, Batman?
Where and how did you get a tree for $40, Kelsey? At the nursery. Yeah, now I gotta go back to the nursery and hope that they have a crepe myrtle that's trained to one branch.
Huh? What do you mean trained?
Okay, so a crepe myrtle usually has several branches that go up to like a big canopy. Like, you know how some of those trees are?
Yeah.
But all of the ones in the HOA are one stick, you know? And you can do that with a crepe myrtle, but you gotta train it when it's young. You gotta prune off the other ones and like kind of train it up. I'm not even lying. This is trees for you. So I need to get a crepe myrtle.
This sounds like tree discrimination.
Yes, you can train a tree. And I'm worried I'm only gonna find ones with the multiple branches. And like what I could do, but I shouldn't do, is I could get one of those and then just prune off the other branches and start training it then. But
mutilation.
I mean, yeah, it's trees for you.
They have feelings, you know?
It's a whole thing, yeah.
Why? Oh my god, dude. I can't put myself in the head of someone that's in the HOA, much less like make the rules for those kinds of things.
Well, it's even worse because it's a management company that runs it.
Oh yeah, no, it's way worse. Private company? Oh yeah, that's immediately.
I mean, I think there's a reason why the non-HOA neighborhood that was building also next to it is like a good $100,000 more expensive starting. And I was like, dang it, they know what they got. They know. They're like, you'll pay for it.
Worth it.
Like, yeah.
Worth it.
Crepe myrtles grow so fast, you have to cut them all the time. Yeah, and that's what I figure is like, it'll look kind of bulbous at the bottom at first, but in a couple of years, you won't even notice it. What is the ratio of built Ryzen to Intel? These days, it's mostly, I would say, at least here on like the build stream, I'd say about 80% AMD
Yeah, I
to
would agree.
Intel. Prior though, like a year or two ago, it was more like, gosh, I would say like 80 Intel, 20 AMD. So
yeah.
it flip flops.
Flip flops.
I mean, before they dropped like AM5.
We had a while where it was only AMD.
Yeah.
These past couple months.
So it just kind of depends on like what's out there, what's popular, what's kind of winning.
Yeah. What's a good value?
Everywhere that I've looked, they've been like over $100. Yeah, you gotta go to the nursery, and this one was in like a 5-gallon, so it was basically just like a little stick guy with some leaves on the
5-gallon
top.
bucket. Yo, does Zen
Yeah.
have a 5-gallon bucket? Hat.
Oh, hat. I was
Hat?
like,
That was the
why do
operative
you
word
think
there.
M? Because I was like, of course I have a 5-gallon.
Yeah,
bucket.
I know you
What are
have
talking
buckets,
about?
but
I got the Home Depot one. I gotta do my fish water changes in that. Yeah. I'd be like hauling rocks and weeds in that. Yeah. I
oh
love
my
it.
god.
No.
Wow, what a Texan.
Not
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know the price of plants. True.
The silver car's still over there. Still for sale.
Dude, why do you even want that car when you could have a tree for free?
What? That's not what?
You could have a good try. Yeah, you can drive a car, but can you plant one?
I sure can.
Exactly. What's up, Zen? How you doing?
Yo,
yeah, I'm
what's
back.
up, Nero?
Sorry if I sound a little stuffy still. I am. Ooh,
Therefore I am.
therefore I am. That
Yeah.
sick did get me, I'll tell you what. I had
Did
a
it?
fever on Friday. that
Oh
was
my
pretty
God.
bad. Yeah. You know what's cool that I've learned? I can tell when my fever goes over 102. Because I'll be hot and then all of a sudden I get really cold. And that's when I'm like, okay, I'm in the danger territory.
Jesus. Everyone getting sick.
Huh?
Everyone getting sick right now.
Yeah.
Not good. Speaking of not good though. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get anything anytime soon.
Smart.
I don't have a lot of confidence in what's going on in the world. If this was like, I don't know, 2 years ago, a year ago, I
The
might
market
have.
was shit then though.
Huh?
Car market wasn't great then though.
Dude, it was even better. Cars were cheaper.
Yeah.
I might have dove in head first, but right now I think it's smarter to just chill and see.
All over the place, everywhere, everybody, all PC content creators choose a Ryzen and they're witnessing the end of Intel. Nah, I think most creators are still going Intel. And I think Intel's a lot bigger than like people give them credit for. It would take a lot to actually sink that behemoth.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Intel is involved in a lot of things, especially behind the scenes. Like you guys have no idea.
And they do still come out on top in like productivity stuff. Like they're still kings of that. But yeah, for just like pure gaming, AMD does kind of have them beat right now. But
Yeah.
I think you're gonna be seeing some cool stuff from them.
In a lot of ways, that's not like gaming focused or like gaming like super oriented. Like Intel is the industry.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta remember all those Dells and Lenovo's and HPs.
Yeah.
A lot of them are Intel powered. It's going from DDR4 to DDR5 worth it? Is it worth changing motherboard and DDR5 memory? Is that noticeable price-wise? I would say it's only worth it if you're also moving to a new CPU platform.
Yeah.
So like if you're not doing that, not worth it.
No.
When you want to upgrade your CPU, upgrade your CPU and RAM at the same time. That's what I would say.
Yeah, it's the upgrade more of a byproduct rather than the actual like intended thing.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna feel your money's worth.
Intel's government contracts for OEM computers. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're
definitely.
they're out here. They're out here.
Yeah. And I mean again, like we're like a tiny bubble kind of, like gaming PCs is fairly niche. So like our community might be like echoing something, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like
Reality.
Well, yeah, but like, you know, applies to the whole wild world.
Oh,
of,
yeah.
PCs. I'm gonna cough. Owie. Whew.
Do you subscribe to the conspiracy theory that a lot of this technology is just U.S. military hand-me-downs?
No, but I don't I don't subscribe to any conspiracy theories. I subscribe to the conspiracy theory that most conspiracy theories are a conspiracy to get you to just like stop believing what's in front of your eyes, you know? That's what they want you to think.
No,
it's
yeah, that's pretty valid.
Okay, but then what do you want me to think? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very like anti-conspiracy theories. I'm like a harsh realist, I guess.
Right.
Radical skepticism, but so much so that it just kind of goes back to just being like, yeah, actually, everything that I perceive is just kind of how it is.
Alright.
I'm boring in that way. I had my moment though. I used to be really into, when I was like 15, I used to be really into the like Paul is dead theory of like the Beatles, the whole thing that like Paul McCartney.
What?
Yeah, so I was really into the Beatles. And then I like learned about this, and 15-year-old me who was hyperfixated at the time was like, I have to know more. So I looked into this like Paul is dead and like Paul McCartney died and they replaced him with a look-alike sound-alike, and here's all the evidence. And I'm actually like really glad that I went through that, because it kind of taught me that like if you work backwards from a conclusion, you can find evidence to justify anything. Like, so like if you were operating under the like belief that Paul McCartney was dead and had been replaced, then like yeah, any random thing on like an album cover could be like a clue for it. Cause like I'm willing to believe, like, oh yeah, I don't know. But that was my dabble into conspiracy theories, and then I just became the most boring human being. Look up Steam hardware survey for what other gamers have. That is what the game devs are targeting. Yeah, true.
You know,
what's up, Stocky Jack?
Yo, sometimes it doesn't feel like it with the optimization that they put in.
Yeah, sometimes. Oof. The truth is out there, Kelsey Monster. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Earth is flat. No, they got pictures of it. What are you talking about? No, again, just like, yeah.
No,
actually,
dude, it's because the lens is curved, you know?
Okay, but the moon is round. Or is it like a plate and it's just like happens to be facing us
the whole time?
Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna be a little snotty today. I used to think it'd be really cool, because I used to like sci-fi a lot. I was like raised on classic sci-fi. If it was like, oh, the moon, actually, you're just looking at what's at, like, what's the word? Like a spout, and then the moon is actually just the texture of whatever's outside of our, like, little marble world.
Oh
like,
my god.
Like, that's there so that, like, steam can escape, you know?
What the fuck? What? The world
like,
isn't flat, it's a teapot.
We're all in a teapot. And the outside world is just what the surface of the moon looks
Holy shit. I thought you weren't into conspiracies.
No, I just thought that'd be like a cool thing, like for sci-fi or something.
We gotta get New York on the horn. They must know about this.
Earth teapot theory.
What about thick Earth with two C's?
No, I don't know. I feel like just Earth is happy with their shape, and we should just let them be.
No body shape.
No body shame in the Earth. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm boring. I don't know, man. I just feel like there's like so much really cool stuff to learn about the world that like I don't need the conspiracy theories. Sometimes just learning like how mushrooms work is like enough to be like, whoa,
Yeah.
no way.
There's a lot of real stuff that's very mind-blowing.
Like literally, the symbiotic relationship between certain fig species and the fig wasp is like. Pfft. Have you seen the ice wall on the South Pole? It's there. Yeah. Earth teapot theory. It's funny though, because there's like a lot of like, you know, mysteries and like conspiracy theories and like ancient aliens on History Channel.
Yeah.
But like, I'm always on History Channel because I'm just trying to watch The Food That Built America. And I'm like, how come it's only on certain days? It's all this other junk. And I'm just like, tell me about who made the McDonald's. Like,
No Pawn Stars?
no. If I'm not seeing people reenacting, like, the discovery of the Dairy Queen Blizzard, I'm not interested.
Hey, McDonald's, San Bernardino original.
Yeah. Ray Kroc. Crazy guy.
Now it's worldwide.
Did you know he's actually also, like, the only reason that the Padres stayed in San Diego?
The McDonald's guy?
Yeah, Ray Kroc.
How?
He really wanted them to stay in San Diego, so he basically, like, paid for it for a while. And yeah.
Oh, shit.
Otherwise, they would have left like everybody else does to San Diego.
Trust issues.
Yeah. Dude, actually, so many very famous fast food places started up in San Bernardino.
Who else?
I'm pretty sure BK
Oh, shit.
and Taco Bell.
Oh,
Yeah, Taco Bell definitely did.
dang. Shout out SB.
Yeah, for real. Hold on, there's like way more. That's the county that we're in.
That is the county.
San Bernardino fast food originated in. So yeah, Mickey D's, Taco Bell, Bell's Hamburger. Who the hell is that? Like, come on, no. Baker's obviously.
Bakers. There's a reason why Bakers is only IE.
Let's see. This is a whole article, man.
Bell's Hamburgers. What? That's where the name Taco Bell came from? Oh my god.
Well, okay, the
I-
Taco Bell episode of The Food That Built America is really cool. Highly recommend. In and Out is another one, yeah.
In and Out. Yeah, I feel like I was forgetting one.
So Taco Bell got, yeah, it's named after the guy's last name was Bell. But they were trying to figure out, because everyone was jumping on the burger trend, right? Everyone
Right.
really loved burgers. So they're like, okay, we got to figure out a way to get into this game. People are making a ton of money off of these like fast food restaurants. What are we gonna do? And he was eating a taco, and then he was like, you know, a taco's kind of like a burger. And then he was like, hold up. So he basically, you know, reinvented the taco for the more American palate at the time. And it was a huge hit. And the first place was actually called Taco Tia. And he went in with a partner on this, and the place was
Tia?
getting... What?
Tia?
Tia, yeah. Like aunt. I don't know why.
Or Tamara?
Or Tamara. So there's Taco Tia and Taco Tamara. There's also Taco Taj, but we don't talk about him as much. So Taco Tia. And the place was bumping, because this ended up being a really, like, successful formula for them, right? Like, oh my gosh, people love this. So he was like, I want to expand. And the other guy was like, I don't want to. This is fine. What are we talking about? So basically, he bought them out. So the one guy stayed with the one Taco Tia, and then he's like, okay, I'm going to go and take this idea somewhere else. But he couldn't take Taco Tia then. So he came with Taco Bell.
Damn.
Dude, after this, I'm going to tell you about Pizza Hut. It's also crazy. I'm telling you, man, this is like my favorite show that's airing right now. If you're being like, what's your favorite show in syndication right now? Or like, you know, that's like new that's coming out? The Food That Built America. Straight up. I'm so boring.
No. Okay, I gotta fun
But
fact.
I need this, because you know what? I get all this knowledge, this yummy knowledge, and then I go on Monday and I go do bar trivia, and we're actually pretty good.
Okay, well, maybe this one will pop up in your questions. But you know why Baker's is IE only?
Oh, the guy's afraid of flying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, you're real for that. Like, I also like the idea of being
Well,
like, yeah, I want
probably.
to expand, but I don't want to fly.
Crazy.
I would drive much further distances, though. Like, yeah.
Bro, there's still others.
Yeah. We could be
California.
all the way up in Oregon, and I'd be like, yeah, I can make that drive if I needed to.
Okay, so what happened at Pizza Hut?
hold on. I'm catching up on chat. It's a crazy story. Taco Bell swapped to tacos to stay relevant. They were competing with burgers, yeah. And it worked so well. There are documentaries on that stuff. It's insane, the mental gymnastics that dude went through to stay alive, yeah. It's crazy. Was Skytech founded in San Bernardino? No.
No.
In Ontario, but
Founded
we're
in Ontario.
right next to San Bernardino. But yeah, so the Pizza Hut one was another, like, some dudes who were like, hey, we should make pizza. I think this could be a really good idea. And they hadn't really seen pizza. Like, there's some pizza in New York, right? It was at very specialty Italian places. It was very underground. So they, like, tried to make pizza from, like, a time they, like, saw it. I kid you not.
What?
So, Pizza Hut uses, well, like, back then it was using Italian bread, obviously. It's Italian food, right? But these guys were like, whatever, we'll just do French bread, which is why Pizza Hut tastes, like, different than when you go and get, like, you know, authentic Italian. The bread is different. It's French bread. And they were just like, yeah, okay, and we'll do the sauce and this cheese and whatever. And then they were eating it, and they're like, this is pretty good, but it doesn't taste like pizza. Like, and I don't really know if this actually is pizza. And they're like, well, it is if we say it is. So they So they basically were just like, I don't know, call it pizza and it'll become pizza. And it literally did. Isn't that crazy? Like, that's our idea of pizza now. Whereas, like, before it was kind of like the pizza pie, you know, like. And the reason it's Pizza Hut is because they bought a location and it had to fit in a certain amount of, like, letters to go on, like, the marquee. I kid you not. And so after pizza, they had 3 letters. So they were just going after, like, what's a 3-letter word? I kid you not. They're like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. And then Pizza Hut, they were like, yeah, that fits.
Dang. And now the country is littered with triangle-shaped buildings.
Yeah.
Of
Also, the reason
once former empire.
The reason Domino's, they also did Domino's in that episode, and it was because the guy bought an Italian food restaurant called Dominic's.
Wow.
And then just eventually it became like Domino's. But the whole thing was that Domino's was the one that, like, pioneered the delivery, the, like, 30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
The 30 minutes or less thing?
Yeah, because they used to sell a whole bunch of stuff, but then they realized that it was hard to get the deliveries out, so they just went down to pizza. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just full of useless knowledge.
No, that's great. That's great. I definitely.
Canadian from Montreal, Canada. Do you guys already have real poutine? No, we have no poutine.
No poutine.
No poutine in Ontario,
No
California.
poutine. Well, there's a gastropub in Victoria Gardens that has
I wouldn't
pretty
trust
decent.
it. Hello, Kelsey, missed you. They replaced you with Kelsey 2.0. I swear, you're better than
Kelsey
Kelsey
the
2. 0 1 was doing all the talking, like reading chat.
Yeah,
oh,
no,
dang.
I was.
You had
I
to
was,
carry handy.
I stepped up, bro. I stepped up.
That's so funny.
Yeah, no.
Well, what's up, Killer? How you been?
What's up, Killer? I had forgotten how much goes into
Yeah.
all of this.
That's right. That's right.
And how easy it is. No, I'm kidding.
How easy. Somebody's got to keep the conversation ball rolling.
Yeah, dude. We're talking about nonsense as usual.
As usual.
In the style.
Dude, I planned on, like, you know, logging in and, like, watching.
Oh, did
but
you?
That was when my freaking fever hit really bad, and I was out.
Yeah, no, I
out.
wasn't. We figured we were just gonna let you rest.
What's up, Yogi? How you doing? And how you doing, Master Killer? How are you?
Yo.
Yeah. Well, here we are. We've got our PC all lit up.
Yes, sir.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Lovely.
All done.
Alright, this PC is done. You're just gonna go and get Windows put on it. All the drivers that you need, so out of the box, it's ready to go. You can just set up your profile, download your game launchers, you're good to go. We're also gonna stress test this, make sure these components work and work under load, and when it passes all that, it'll be headed to you. So watch out for it, Grim, and thank you so much for ordering with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lovely PC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we had like just a short little build stream today, but we wanted to make sure that we got this one out.
It's all good. We could hang out another hour.
I got so many more of those episodes I could. Man, wait till I tell you about Panda Express.
Oh man. Okay, bonus one I guess. Panda Express.
Thank you. Sign it.
Sign it? Nah, you wild for that. You wild.
We gotta get a better signing pen.
I need to fix my calligraphy. I need to not write
Takes
like
a whole calligraphy class.
write like a toddler. I know. Imagine.
Juan was here. No, you're very welcome, Grim. This is a lovely machine.
Oh yeah. Inside the case housing, I mean, if you really want, we can sign the side panel.
Yeah, you got one?
I have a silver pen.
Ooh, that'll work on this.
If you really want, a little hidden Easter egg, little back panel signing. Up to you. We would be honored. Draw a stash?
Do it.
Alright, we'll do it.
Here we go.
You know what? Yeah, I'll go get a pen. I'll be right back.
By the Stash Master, indeed. We should really get him like sponsored by someone who does like, you know, facial hair products. It'd be pretty sick. Definitely needs an autograph. Nice. The PC just became priceless. Collector's item. One day it'll be appraised. Wouldn't it be wild though if like, I don't know, in the future Juan just became like super popular for some reason and like a celebrity and you're like, yeah, I have a PC that he signed back when he used to build PCs. Be wild. Completely serious. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, no, totally. We've done some in the past. Like I said, we need to get some better pens for it. I said Kelsey not available in Discord. I mean, I am in the Discord, I'm just not on as often. Gillette is dreaming about signing a one-time deal with, yeah. Oh yeah, new company logo, buy from Skytech Gaming for your PC needs today. For real. I think it'd be pretty successful. Do you think that 5080 would bottleneck with the build? With this build, honestly, not really. I was like, 9700X is an 8-core. And if you got a 5080, you wouldn't likely be playing in 1080p, which is where you'd see the bottleneck. And even if there was one, you wouldn't even really be aware of it. But if you're playing in like 1440p or 4K with that, totally capable. No issues at all. Kelsey, what stuff do you recommend growing from seeds like veggies, herbs, and flowers? Also, can I tell you seeds I got? Yeah, go for it. My shallots are almost ready, I think. Yo.
You want something to support?
Nah, I got this.
For sure. Oh, there goes the cat. No cat.
Wow, I realized that I've just gotten rid of all of the middle letters in my name. There's the K and there's the Y.
Alright. Guess that works. How's the marker? I was like rolling it.
It's decent.
Okay.
You built but you entertain. I got you.
Oh, it's coming out green for some reason.
I mean, when they did the stream announcement, they said you're not available. Oh, I got you.
Alrighty, there you go. My signature is even worse. I just did the J and some squiggles.
Yeah.
But there's your mustache. Cool. And we can do this upside down. Okay. I was like, imagine we signed it upside down. Hell yeah.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. Cool, dude. Very honored to sign.
Yeah.
It's probably on the floor. It's on.
Oh, okay. I was like, what did I do with it?
BRB, my phone about to die. Well, we are probably signing off soon, so.
Yeah. We're just dragging it out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, we should probably go do some work. But
Yeah.
thank you guys for joining us. I kind of feel bad when it's like, oh, I got you all here now.
Yeah, I mean.
It was only for like an hour.
Short little stream.
But
better than no stream, I suppose.
presumably, if we have builds for Friday, we'll be back on Friday.
Yeah, we'll be back on Friday.
Yeah, and now that I'm sick, nothing can stop me. Like it's done. It's over.
Whose is this? This is for GrimmRouge in the chat. Thank you so much for ordering with us. I hope you had a nice time.
Yeah.
Stream. Come back anytime. Let us know how this is treating you. Very nice machine. Very demure.
Thank Thanks again for the awesome
Quality
quality
work.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
Appreciate it.
You guys are awesome.
Thank
You're
you.
awesome.
No, you.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
you.
I have my legs crossed and it was between my.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you all for the chatting. Thank you for listening to me
Thank you.
recap the Food That Built America episodes. We'll potentially be back on Friday, and if not, we'll be back next week. But until then, guys, have an excellent time. Go outside and enjoy flowers. Goodbye.
Bye bye. Have a